You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. So we're going to be talking to Esther. We're out and about. Firstly, thank you very much for talking to us.
No, it's brilliant to be able to talk to you, so thanks, Dan.
So tell us about this latest project you're working on here on the island.
So it's a new project. We spoke to you last year about a project called Good Tidings that was also with Whitstable Biennale, who are based in Whitstable but are an arts organisation who have a big festival every 2 years. And we worked on the Good Tidings project last year and had some events. And this year is a new project and it's aimed at people, sort of young adults on sheppey who are aged 18 to 24. And we're going to have monthly sessions that are based in Sheerness, but we're really hoping to get people from all across the island, and we've got a specific we've got travel money, so it's a free project and we've got money to cover travel, so we're hoping that means it'll be completely free. And we're really keen for people who don't necessarily have experience in the arts. You don't have to have studied it or to know any artists, or even really to have been to exhibitions or events, but just to be really interested, and we're kind of looking for quite innovative people. And the project is called Stuff Happens Here just because it's about organising kind of new events. They're probably going to be arts events because I'm an artist and it's an arts organisation, but they might be in film, they might be in performance, it might be a music event. And we've got some really good links through Whitstable Biennale, so they've got lots of links with filmmakers all over the country and artists who have worked on the island before. And we've also got a link with Tate as an extra part of the project as well. So there's lots of opportunities and different types of people that are going to be in the project. So there's going to be a complete range of different types of experiences.
So is it kind of how it progresses and how people get involved and who gets involved and what their interests develop?
Exactly, yeah. So we're hoping that the nature of the project itself will develop as we go along. So far, we've got monthly sessions on the first Tuesday of the month, and they're from 5 till 8 in Sheerness. And so far, we've got some artists and designers booked in for those up until Christmas. So I led the first one just to give people an introduction into who I am, because I'm going to be regular throughout the project. We've got the next session is on the 6th of September. That's going to be an artist called Hannah Lees, and she is mainly a sculptor, and she's from Kent, and she's got a really interesting practice of her own, but she's also got a really interesting history of having set up and sort of it became renowned, tiny gallery in her boyfriend's nan's garage. So we've brought her in to sort of show, mainly to have some fun, talk about her work and to do some making activity, but also to talk about how they used an opportunity that was quite simple, and it was just on their nan's doorstep, obviously, and they used that space that was available to make a gallery and to put on some events. I was in Birchington, so it was quite a small town.
So the session's kind of like a workshop session when people go along?
Yeah, we're hoping there'll be both. So we're going to, obviously, the artists will talk about who they are and what they do, and they'll show that through some pictures and maybe through some activities as well, just so you get an idea of how they think and how they approach the materials that they work with. And then we're also going to have some practical activities in that, and like I said, those are for the first 4 sessions. I think it's 4 to Christmas, and then the project will develop after that, so we might bring those artists back again, or we might go on. We've got some money to go on visits, but ultimately we'll be thinking about the people in the group, what interests they've got themselves, but also how we can work together as a group in the longer term, what kinds of events we might want to put on sheppey in 2017.
So it's a great chance if you're interested in creativity or doing it, or I suppose even thinking of studying it, then it's worth coming along.
Definitely, yeah. And I think, I'm quite interested. Some of the artists, like Sam Curtis, who's coming in October, he does a lot of work around the idea of having an art practice while you're at work, and how you can think of your day job as part of your art practice. So I'm quite interested in having people maybe who are not studying or not at work, but maybe some people who are at work and they're interested in doing something extra, and like you've said, people who are studying perhaps, or think that they might go on to study, and there's a complete there'll be a range of different types of opportunities. So you can get experience in event managing, in making physical artwork, maybe in curating different artworks together. It might be with working in film, maybe it'll be something around documentation and presentation of film, or it might be putting together these different genres at the same time, like they do at the Biennale. So it might be working in some sculpture and some painting and performance work and music work all at the same time. And then there's also, we're going to be looking at how you market that, so how you design your posters, where they might go, what kind of presence you might have on the internet, what kind of social media works best. It's not just about what event you put on and how you do it, but also how you get people to come to it as well.
So just to refresh our listeners, where are these initial sessions? Well,
we're actually... Another aim that we're putting in this project is to use some of the venues that are existing on Sheppey. So all these sessions so far are going to be in Sheerness, but we're going to be using some different venues for each of them. Just going back, like that story I told about Hannah using their nan's garage, we're just trying to look at some of the spaces that are already here and use them. So we've been looking at using, I don't know if you know the room. It's a kind of container, it's an art space that travels around. It's been on different locations on the island, so we're looking into using that. We've had a session at the Bluetown Heritage Centre. The next one's going to be at Sheppey Little Theatre, and then we'll look at other locations as we go along, partly to suit the artist and the time of year, and also, like I said, to open up new ones. So the best thing to do is just to get in touch and let us know if you're interested or you've got any questions about it. And what we've done so far is meet at the station and then walk to the venue, but it's best just to get in touch and check where we're going to be.
So how can people contact you?
So you can give me a text or call, and the number's 0779 211 7272, or you can email me, and the email is Esther, so that's ESTHER at Whitstable Biennale, which I'll attempt to spell. It's WHITSTABLEBIENNALE.com.
West, if you're happy we've covered everything, thank you very much for talking to us.
I was just going to add one more thing, which is that we've got a Facebook page, which we've been adding up pictures and progress as we've gone along. So we've actually had a trip to the festival in Whitstable in June. So there's some pictures from that trip on there. And the Facebook, if you just search in Facebook for Sheppey Young Programmers, then the Facebook comes up, and it's the title of the actual page is Stuff Happens Here, like the project. But if you just put into the top of Facebook Sheppey Young Programmers, it'll come up.
Esther, thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Dan. It's great to talk to you.